Hello everyone, this is Sean broadcasting from Honolulu, Hawaii. Got some updates I'd like to share with you guys. Going here to Intellicast. First of all, this is April 30th, 7:44 Hawaii Standard Time. It's probably Sunday for most of the rest of the world. Anyway, here on Intellicast, a few interesting things. Here in the Pacific Northwest, definite ring activity here in eastern Washington. See right here, there's one ring popping up here. Spokane is the epicenter. You can see the beams radiating. And at the beginning of the loop, right there, you see that circle there very briefly. That one's really big. This one's on the border between Washington and Oregon, eastern part of the states. So, okay, we have those two going on in the Pacific Northwest. Up here in Montana, we've got a ring going on. You can kind of see the beams. There you go, radiating there. This is a large one. Epicenter seems to be northwest of Great Falls, Montana. Closest thing I could estimate is somewhere near around Conrad or Chateau, Montana being the epicenter of that ring. Okay, let's pan out here. Okay, moving east, in the upper Midwest, here in North Dakota, where there have been a bunch of ring activity within the past several days. There's some activity here. It's kind of hard to see. There's maybe what you can see, like some lines that can be construed as a ring right here. But other than that, it's not too well defined. Yeah, you can kind of actually see the rings and what might be the epicenter here. Going, so that's North Dakota. Okay, going into Minnesota over Fargo. Okay, going further east over the Great Lakes, a bunch of things going on here. Again, nothing really well defined. You know, there are some traces that you can kind of say, well, maybe look circular, but nothing really definitive here. What I did want to point out is that here in the Midwest and heading towards the south, we have another fairly large band of severe weather here. You can tell by the colors here. If you go by this scale here, you're looking at pretty heavy-duty rain. Yeah, it looks pretty maxed out. So in terms of severity, that looks like the most severe thing going on right now in the continental U.S. What's interesting is, maybe it was yesterday, on Wonder Map, as you guys know, this Intellicast, it's more of a mainstream source of information. It's connected to the Weather Channel. I often, check with Wonder Map, which is a more, I would say, more on the independent side. But this is what I found yesterday, was a huge swarm of rings, all basically with epicenters on or very near to cities all across the Midwest and heading south. And the day before that, it wasn't this big. They were just like small dots, about, maybe this size here. But yesterday, they all swelled. Okay, and so now we have this severe weather here. Basically in the center of all this that was going on here. What is of concern is that I checked Wonder Map now, and actually here's what it looks like. That swarm that was centered in this Midwest has moved east. So basically it's covering looks like at least a third of Texas and all these southern states here moving east. Huge rings. Again, if you notice, most of them seem to be centered right around cities, and most of them are radiating. and it wasn't like this a day ago. We can go again to yesterday's video. You see it here. It's all pretty much clear. There's some signs of it here out along the east coast, but as of now, everything shifted. And it just so happens, as this whole mass of swarm shifts, they happen to shift over right above other cities. So, I don't know what you would call that. So I guess what we want to be looking out for, and of course we'll all cross our fingers, but is tracking this severe weather system here and how it, I guess, will hopefully not augment as it moves eastward. Yeah, there it goes. Okay, so this wonder map, yeah, it's also showing some things here in California, Southern California, which really isn't present here on IntelliCast. This IntelliCast is really good at showing like really big systems. I mean, it's really good at seeing rings. Like you see this one here, like rings that cover a whole state or two. Like giant rings, like 1,500 to 1,000 feet in diameter. What I like about IntelliCast is just the resolution's better. You get really crisp pictures. Wonder Map shows obviously more information, a lot more, but just the resolution is not as great. If we go up in here to the Pacific Northwest, we can distinctly see actually 4 rings over Seattle, Portland, Kennewick, and Spokane. And yeah, IntelliCast, nothing. So it just shows this Spokane one actually. Well, maybe this one near Kennewick. So I guess it's a good idea to look at both. Gives you, I think, a fuller picture. This world, trying to put things together, it's a game of incomplete information. So I think it's always best to get as much information as possible as you try to, make decisions upon things or learn about things. Okay, so while we're on Wonder Map, and one reason why I do like Wonder Map is that's the only place I could find that actually I can look at Hawaii, where I'm from, and broadcasting on the NextRad radar. And I've been actually waiting for it to rain, because for some reason it's been very, very overcast for the past few days with very little rain, although we had some rain yesterday. But I've always wanted to see what's kind of going on here. And now we do have a rather borderline severe system coming here from the northwest. That's usually where storms come from. This is maybe going out on a limb, but if you just kind of see what's going on here, it almost looks like, these are rings. I know it's like really connecting the dots, but I don't think it's outside of the realm of possibility that this could be ring signature. One thing that has been, especially here. Now again, you notice the resolution is not as crisp as IntelliCast. So anyway, but yeah, it could be ring activity. What's been interesting, what I've been watching for at least the last week, is here on the Big Island. You see these beams seem to be shooting out. They've been doing this pretty much 24/7. As you know, there's a lot of like observatories, telescopes on the mountains of the Big Island, Mauna Kea. So I'm wondering, but it always seems to be shooting in this direction here, going what is that, southeast, multiple beams. Anyways. So that is what's going on now. Yes, I think in conclusion, we definitely need to be just keeping an eye out on the Midwest and south of our country here. Just, I don't know, just putting 2 and 2 together. We have this severe system here, and just falling into, this is, literally dozens of as I say, HAARP circles. And again, I say I do use that term very loosely, just more as a catchphrase. But anyway, definitely I'll keep my eye out, and if anything else comes up, I'll be sure to let you guys know. Hope you guys have a great Sunday. Take care. Aloha.